Alright, boys. Game 3 coming straight at you here. Let's go ahead and get this overlay lined up. Alistar's going to be supporting this time. Leona, Caitlyn, ADC, Nasus top lane, jungle, top lane. Alright, so we're lined up here. Let's see what kind of item choices we go here, because I'm curious to see what kind of stuff Yasuo is going to need to take out this Nasus. I imagine he's going to want some early damage, potentially. No, actually goes for the boots for the mobility in lane. Interesting choice there. I thought you were going to want the early damage potential to try to force him off the minion wave and maybe get some zoning down with the Steel Tempest. That Q. Won't do it. Barracan sitting in this brush. Scouting out, tosses the auto attack down on Crazy Turtle. Good stun actually lands. He's chunked down to about 60% HP. Good zap comes through though. This is going to be an interesting mid lane. It's going to be a very, very interesting mid lane. I'm excited for this one. Alright. Barracan's just going to take this time and go back to base. Refill his mana real quick. Nasus still hasn't connected. I don't see a Nasus here. Where's RSG White Rice? He's not moving around. Pause comes out. He's reconnected. Sweet. Not too much of a delay. Alright, there we go. So, minions are spawning here. Nasus needs to make sure that he's nice and quick getting out of lane. He's gonna go Doran Shield. Not even going for the flask route here. It's gonna be a little bit more sustained in the early game coming out of this Yasuo over Nasus. He does have that lifesteal passive, but that means he's got to be near the minion wave where he can get hit by Yasuo in order to gain life back. So, interesting choice in starting items there. Alright, let's see how this match goes. Mid lane. Ooh, good poke going down there from Crazy Turtle onto Barracan. Alright, Santa Claus just dashing forward, dashing back. He's got crit runes. You saw it there on that minion, and actually he crit the minion there, so he's running a little bit of crit. Just so that a little bit of an increased damage potential. Miso actually spots out. Actually, Marco Smooth tries to stop Miso from doing his blue buff. Miso gets it anyway. He's level 2. Can he get enough damage down? He can't. Ancient Hydra ends up getting in the Ignite. Oh my goodness. He heals back up with the W. He can possibly pick up a kill here. Ancient Hydra has Marco Smooth very, very low. Very risky play from Marco Smooth to try to get him off of that blue buff and deny that camp to him. He almost gives up his life to do so. He gives up his Ignite and his Flash. His lane pressure is going to be significantly reduced. Ancient Hydra only gave up his Exhaust to stop that from going down. Marco Smooth. Really, really risky play, but I like it. I like the aggression. That's something you typically see like LCS teams do. Send in the support to interrupt and disrupt that camp. And it was very, very good on Ancient Hydra to disrupt that. Schnucken shows up mid, though. He might force out... No! It's just going to be Barracan going down immediately. 3 people just come into mid lane and just jump him. Not nearly enough warning from that top lane to show... I mean, to let Nivea know that he was coming, so they just get in there and just destroy him. And now with that egg down, they're actually going to move off into the jungle and try to deny Rengar another camp, but the crit comes out there. Santa Claus is trying to close the distance there, but can't quite find the last hit. This Rengar is doing a fantastic job of surviving his own jungle, considering his team isn't giving him much to work with in terms of support. I mean, Nasus is worried about getting those stacks going. Vigorize actually gets the good... Flame Chomper's down! Marco Smooth gets knocked into turret. He doesn't have that flash! Zap goes down! Heal's going to be forced to be popped. And the net from Caitlyn actually keeps his Leona alive. Archie Blackrise is trying to get this kill on Vigorize, but can't quite find it. Heal is down. He doesn't want to flash into that turret because he knows that Vigorize has his heal still. Marcus Smooth still has one potion to work with. Alright. Cautionary ping going down for one of the teams there on the river. I think it's for blue team because they're pushed up so far. Ancient Hydra looking for the potential engage, but they don't have the support of the Rengar. They may not need it because of that CC advantage, because of their summoner spell advantage. Ooh, Crazy Turtle lands a return stun and gets some good poke back down on Barracan. Barracan still has that 8 minion lead despite the early death, despite the early gank. Ooh, good movement backwards from RSG Black Rice. Gets him out of that sticky situation. Miso ends up netting a minion there, so no follow-up available to try to get Marco Smooth. He's just going to go back into the jungle. Xin Xiao is very, very far ahead in terms of farm over Miso, just because the amount of pressure and punish that blue side has been putting on this jungler. I mean, he hasn't been able to get anything safely. Good Zenith Flank goes through and gets onto Vigorize, but the headbutt will disengage the fight fairly easily. All tied up down in the bottom lane in terms of farm. Caitlyn slowly pulling ahead as she just zones out Vigorize with that long range. Crazy Turtle takes a snowball to the face. More like an ice ball, really. Good poke damage once again. Xerath getting the damage on Barracan. Ooh. I like this aggressive positioning on this bottom lane. They are making sure that Vigorize feels very uncomfortable walking forward, feeling like he's going to get it Zenith bladed onto at any point in time. Crazy Turtle is doing a fantastic job of getting the damage down, throws down the ulti, and picks it up the kill. That passive on Anivia is still down. Very, very well played on Crazy Turtle's part. Good ulti comes out. Uh-oh, RSG White Rice pops the ulti. Santa Claus might be in a little bit deeper than he can handle. He goes back through, looking for the kill. Ignite goes down. RSG White Rice is taking a bit of damage. Oh my goodness, the Siphoning Strike takes Santa Claus very low. He dodges into the brush. He wants to try to get that Tempest Steel damage down, but won't quite find it. Down on the bottom side of the map, it looks like Xin Xiao might be looking for the turret dive here. Schnuggins has some pretty high damage because of that early first blood he got on Anivia, so 3 Talon Strike will wreck somebody. Uh-oh. But it looks like Rengar is hip to his jive. Steals away that Gromp Cap from him. Marco Smooth goes in. Zenith Blade actually lands. Good face stun goes through. Piltover Peacemaker goes down. Exhaustion to the chart. Marco Smooth is going to go down. He actually gets taken out by the zap there. Barracan forced to flash here. Stun comes out. He does have his passive back up this time. Barracan still has his Ignite to work with. Can he pick up this kill on Schnuggins? Oh my goodness. Barely missing the slow. He picks it up. Miso's trying to close the distance. Dash backwards. 3 Talon Strike takes him low enough for Crazy Turtle to pick up the kill. Good Q comes out. Barracan's now out of mana. They trade kills 1 for 1 in the mid lane. Barracan maybe not able to stay here because of his low mana. Flash forward, slow lands. Can he get the stun here? Stun ball goes through. Q comes out. Passive popped. And he's going to get a little bit of damage. Ignivia is going to get taken low once again. Crazy Turtle still trying to find the kill here, but I don't know if he can do it. Walks under tower. I don't know about that play. He is hip to his jive. Means that he knows exactly what's going on. Santa Claus goes in top lane on RSG White Rice. That Wither is actually slowing down the amount of uses he can get out of Tempest Steel. He actually goes through with the last breath there and uses it. Takes White Rice very low. He's got about a 10 farm differential up there, but I don't know if that's enough to stop Nasus quite yet. Nasus going directly for that Frozen Heart. I like that option, that build choice. Knock up lands on RSG White Rice yet again. And honestly, if he's not put under enough pressure under this tower, he's just going to heal right back to full. traps used in the bottom lane are doing a very good job of actually zoning out Ancient Hydra. He steps on one of them there, steps on the second one. He just wants to get these out of the way, so it's a clear path forward if he wants to go in and engage on this Caitlyn top side of the map. Once again, Santa Claus and RSG White Rise just duking it out head to head, and they are very, very aggressive. Bottom lane, looks like there's a substantial farm lead building up for this Caitlyn. RSG Black Rice is almost 20 farm up over Vigorize here, so it's getting to a point where Alistar really needs to start making or creating additional space for this Jinx to get these last hits, because as it is right now, Black Rice is in full control, just orchestrating this duo lane. Stun lands in the mid lane on Barracan. The stun actually stops the Anivia ulti, and he's going to get good poke down. Miso shows up in the mid lane for the gank, though. Slow lands. It looks like Barracan might be able to line up an easy stun. Stun ball goes through, lands down, throws out the freeze pop, and that's going to be an easy kill on Crazy Turtle. So, looks like mid lane's just about all evened up. Stun ball lands once again. What is that hitbox? Barracan picks up the double buffs. He is now ahead in the mid lane, sitting on a 300 gold advantage, just picked up from that kill on Xin Xiao. Otherwise, they were about to be exactly even. Santa Claus now looking for more aggression on this top lane. Nasus is slowly building up these Q stacks. Let's check the counter here. Sitting on about 153 bonus damage, and that'll only rise faster as he puts more ranks in that Q. Actually, it's maxed out already. As he gets more cooldown reduction then. Bottom lane, net lands, Piltover lands. Good damage there. Good poke in the mid lane from Crazy Turtle onto Barracan once again. Barracan actually going for a tanky build here. Actually, I think he went Rod of Ages last time, so he's going for that yet again. Ulti comes out from Rengar. RSG Black Rice has to be careful here. He will get leapt to. Slow goes through, actually lands onto Black Rice, the intended turret, snare in place. Marco Smooth just locked up so much, there's no way he can possibly get out of this. What? No, he actually gets taken out with the last auto attack. I thought he was going to be able to flash that last auto, when it turns out it did catch him. Schnuggen shows up in the bottom lane, though. Can he get the audacious charge through? He needs to be careful what target he chooses, because he could end up under the tower. Slow comes out, and that will save Vigorize's life. No ulti coming out of Caitlyn here, as they just left Vision Rage, and he did not have the mana to do so. Last breath goes down once again on RSG White Race. It looks like he's going to be forced to pop his ulti. Another Steel Tempest goes through, and that's going to be a good pickup. Kill pickup from Santa Claus. He's got that static shiv now, so there's additional magic damage that Nasus has to worry about that he's not prepared for with just this Frozen Heart. So that's part of the reason why static shiv is so good on Yasuo, because it forces you to do an additional different type of damage. Slow comes out from Miso onto Schnuggens there. I don't know if Ancient Hydra and Miso can even win this fight. Yeah, Schnuggens turns back around and finishes off the kill nice and clean. Middle side of the map looks like Barracan is getting locked up by Marco Smooth. Good wall comes out. Slow from Vigorize doesn't quite land. Barracan looking to just get out of this fight here. Two turrets go down simultaneously in favor of blue side here. Stun goes down on Crazy Turtle. He gets chunked down for 300 health. Santa Claus shows up in the mid lane, though. Can he build up the tornado fast enough? Ulti comes through. Egg gets popped, but it looks like it's not going to be enough damage to take him out unless Santa Claus decides to go last breath. He does! Underneath the turret! I don't know if that's a wise choice as he gets slowed up. Stun Ball will not have the range to just make contact there. And during that entire time, Blue also picked up their first dragon. That damage is going to do very well for them to help accelerate this game. That's how you win against a Nasus. You've got to get that turret down and just start getting the rest of your team ahead as quickly as possible. It's basically a race to late game when it comes to Nasus, and the only way to beat him there is to get these outer turrets down and the rest of your team built up and fed and ready to handle him. Otherwise, he will scale infinitely. Santa Claus so far doing a good job of roaming down from his lane. He's gotten a decent advantage 1v1 in the top lane. Looks like Barracan isn't nearly as far ahead as he was in these previous games thanks to some early ganking, but he's been able to pull himself back up by his bootstraps thanks to a few missteps from the blue team as well. Blue team just needs to make sure that they are concerned with themselves in terms of making sure that they are strong. Get yourself strong here, and then you can deal with this Anivia. Crazy Turtle's been doing a fantastic job of going 1v1 against Barracon so far, but there is a difference in the type of items that are being built there. Barracon looking for the mana regen and cooldown reduction for those spammable Qs. But Crazy Turtle has that. Barracon just making sure that he can stay alive when he's dove like he has been. Getting that Rod of Ages for a bit of tankiness, knowing he doesn't need super high ratios to do very well, because the base damages on Anivia are very, very good. Confirm a slow trail on Yasuo, I don't see it. Bottom side of the map, Miso actually gets ulted. Oh, the shield from the turret saves his life! Jinx was not able to get in position quickly enough to actually block that shot. And Miso is super greedy, gets ulted by Crazy Turtle on the best snipe. Thank you, ward coverage. Marco Smooth now, looking for the kill on Ancient Hydra. Stun Ball comes through, lands on both Schnuggins and Marco Smooth. Can Schnuggins go down? Ignite goes through to try to take him out. He actually will heal through this and walk free. RSG Black Rice is getting good damage down, but he's low and he can't keep up with the rest of the damage. Slow comes through on Crazy Turtle. He's forced to flash forward. Turns around and throws down the Stun Ball. And also, RSG White Rice had TP'd into the fight there as well, not able to really convert on anything, but able to give enough pressure to deter the rest of the fight from going through. Ooh, Santa Claus goes through and steals away a red buff. That's going to be a good little gold advantage for him, and a good additional pressure that he can use against this Nasus. Now there's a top lane pink ward here. This is very common, because that pink ward is something that denies, the enemy vision, so you can guarantee a gank for yourself. And also is permanent vision if left unchecked. So you want to make sure that you check that brush, check the enemy's inventory as well, and make sure that there's no ward in there. Alright, mid lane cleared out just before that turret goes down. Miso XD just trying to clear out his own jungle. He has that warrior enchant finished, and it looks like he's going for a Tiamat as his next item. That'll give him that just little bit of additional burst he needs to clean up these kills. Deep vision coming through from Marco Smooth. He might get slowed up here by the Bola strike. Bola goes through and lands. RSG Black Rice is now in the mix here. Nets over the wall. Marco Smooth might be looking to flash, but now Miso's all alone. Good auto attacks coming through from this Caitlyn to make sure that he stays in check, stays on as Santa Claus goes deep on RSG White Rice. Throws down the ultimate. Can he beat him in the damage race? These Qs are not enough as he crits him on almost every single auto attack. He doesn't even have the IE yet. That's what I'm talking about. If Yasuo gets ahead in the early game, he can handle a Nasus and keep him under pressure. Miso XD gets dove on by Marco Smooth, but I don't know if Marco's got enough pressure to keep up with him. Ancient Hydra gets a good knock-up disengage as it turns out to be a 3v2 there. And Barracon's not quite able to join. Alright, so blue team now looking to siege up this mid lane. They've got their Xerath in a position where he can stand back, poke a decent amount of health off the enemy team, and open up these guys to some damage. Flash forward from Alistar. Not sure if it was necessary. The Ace in the Hole is doing some decent damage, but I don't know if it would have killed. Actually, it's doing 500. That might have taken her out. I think with her armor and magic, with her armor there, it would have done maybe 450, something like that. No, it wouldn't have killed her. But there was no way for them to know that exact number. Better safe than sorry. Wow, he's clearing up a ward in the top lane. Barracon now, like I said, it's now a battle between wave clear and siege just prowess. Can Barracon clear out these waves quick enough before Xerath and Caitlyn could do, significant damage to his team and to the turret? his minion, I mean his mana pool is limited. And now blue team's actually going to go with a split objective approach here. They're going to go ahead and try to rotate over to the dragon, knowing that red team has used a decent amount of their resources trying to defend that mid lane turret. RSG Black Rice is getting auto attacks down on the dragon. Needs to turn around and help finish up this dragon before red team gets in there. Miso XD has his eyes on Schnookins. Over the wall, Crazy Turtle gets some good ulties down, trying to take out Barracon before they can steal away this dragon. And Xin Shao honorably secures the dragon kill here. Crazy Turtle is going to go through and try to get some damage through with the Q. On the backside of the fight, Rengar takes out Caitlyn, along with a little help from Jinx. So, 2 kills traded away to get that dragon finished, and now red team's in a position where they can burst down the rest of this mid lane turret. Crazy Turtle just does not have the wave clear that Barracon has. He's got a poke advantage, but the wave clear is not as substantial. Alright, Barracon now going to go back to base, refill Ancient Hydra, and Viagra is going to do the same. Top side of the map, Santa Claus still putting the pressure on RSG White Rice. I think he's in a position now where RSG White Rice has to use his Wither on cooldown if he's going to stay in this lane. So his mana pool is running thin. Let's check the stat counter here. 321 bonus damage at 21 minutes. When you're under this amount of pressure from Yasuo is not bad. White Rice is definitely holding his own. Dash in from Santa Claus along with Steel Tempest. Gets some good crit damage down. Now Ancient Hydra looking for a potential kill on Santa Claus. I don't know if they can pick it up though, just because of the amount of mana that's left on RSG White Rice. They get good damage down. Mid turret goes down while this brawl is going through. White Rice is getting taken very low. Last breath gets hit on him, and it looks like Santa Claus could possibly even pick up a double here. But good Yasuo play coming out from Santa Claus to keep this Nasus in check, and he might even be rewarded with this turret. Santa Claus really styling on this top lane Yasuo. Showing how to keep a Nasus under pressure so that he cannot scale very well, very quickly. Look at how much armor he's been forced to build here. Even with that amount, the Yasuo Last Breath is shredding so much. Santa Claus might not be able to get out of this one, though. Knocked back into the turret, he will get shut down. Unfortunately, a little bit too ballsy there. Ends up in the enemy base. Yasuo is Smurf? I am not sure. I'm going based off of what he was. I think he was rated a Platinum player last season. So maybe not. But I don't have that information. Oh, he was a Diamond. Okay, so then yeah, he's the Diamond that was on that side. I know one of these guys had a Diamond. Alright, red team now just trying to get this crab on the bottom side of the map there. They will run into Marco Smooth. Now Caitlyn starts auto-attacking. Vigorize is just ready to give it up. And Ancient Hydra's kind of like, hey man, we could have probably brawled them a little bit there for that. Tried to secure that good stun, comes out and lands on Crazy Turtle. Anivia just doing his best to clear out these waves. He has started to build up that minion lead that we saw in Game 1, now up 43 minions over Crazy Turtle. Blue team had a great strategy in the early game to roam mid and gank this immobile Anivia, and they kind of did it once and then didn't do it anymore. Honestly, they need to put additional pressure on this Anivia if they're going to have any chance of closing out this game. It's really rough because Anivia can stall the game very long and open up that window for Nasus to scale and catch up in the game. He's got 2 armor items that are going to really help him fight against this Yasuo. Yasuo's farm impeccable at the moment. This might be that portion of the game where blue team needs to start considering, can we go for a Baron? Do we have the DPS to do it? We've got 2 IEs, a decent amount of crit to support them. It might be worth it to consider it, just to help them push these waves in, so that they're not so easily cleared by this Anivia. Stunball comes out, lands on Barracon, TP coming through on RSG White Rice. He's looking for a fight here, but can't quite get there. He's very far from the rest of his team, though. The rest of his guys just opting to base, because on the top side of the map, Santa Claus is actually pushing in this top lane inhib turret. Ulti comes through. Can he pick up Miso XD? Looks like it's going to be the Caitlyn ulti that does the job. Uh-oh. 1v1 versus the Anivia and Santa Claus here. Windwall goes through, actually blocks the Icicle Toss. Can he get the damage down that he needs? Ignite goes through, Exhaust goes down, Knockup lands, Last Breath comes through and pops Anivia into egg form. Can he get the double kill? Crits come out. No. Alistar pops his ulti and the increased damage just knocks him over. Very, very well played. Very, very close. Right. Alright, so blue team once again in a position where they need to find that opening. They need to find a way into the enemy base. Honestly, the door is wide open up in the top lane. They can walk right in, get that inhibitor down, and once those minions are pushing through, it makes it so someone's got to be up there full time. Nasus is happy to do it, but right now his TP is down, so he doesn't want to necessarily be there the entire time. Stumble goes through and lands on Crazy Turtle. Barracon not going to commit on this one and try to pick up that kill. Instead, he's just going to play it safe. Make sure he doesn't get picked off there. He knows he doesn't have his passive anymore, so he's got to be a little bit more cautious. Just clearing out these waves in the mid lane. Barracon just doing the best he can to knock these minions over. Once again, taking a look at that farm lead, it is growing. Barracon is getting the advantage over Crazy Turtle. That being said, though, Santa Claus is doing a fantastic job of holding it down in the top lane. Last Breath goes down to shred through that armor. Wither comes through to try to deny some of these Steel Tempests. He dashes through. Triple knockup will allow him to live a little bit longer, but I don't know how long he can go for. Santa Claus is trying to get out of this fight. He's built up yet another tornado and will get yet another triple knockup. I don't know if the enemy team, or his team, can get anything off of this kite play. He tried to go for the inhibitor. Will he get the kill on Miso? Can't quite get that last crit down before falling over due to the Jinx damage. But he did significant damage to the enemy team there. His guys just need to start going for an objective here. They've got like all the pressure in the world to work with right now, and they're just barreling down this mid lane. They've got to switch focus. They've got to work on getting these secondary objectives or stack up on that top lane open inhibitor. Otherwise, the game will go too long, and they run the realistic chance of just throwing this one away. My vote is still that you bait a Baron fight. If you get into a Baron fight right now with the team comp that you've got, you will most likely win. Tight corridors will be very, very advantageous for getting to Anivia. The amount of damage that Yasuo is putting out at the moment is enormous. A wall comes through. Barracon looking to try to squeeze through and chase. Won't find it because of the stun ball. Marco Smooth is now in the middle of the fight. He's out of position here. Archie Blackrise, he actually Zenith Blades over into Vigorize, lands a double man stun on Vigorize and Ancient Hydra, pops his Righteous Glory. He's going to repop the stun. He actually uses it to get away from Miso XD. Good auto attacks from Caitlyn. The snipe! Oh my goodness, well-placed ulti coming out from Crazy Turtle and gets 2 more hits on Ancient Hydra and Vigorize to deter the rest of that battle there. I thought Marco Smooth was going to go down for sure there, but he ends up snaking his way out of that one, getting good stuns down, and then setting up some kills for his team. Vigorize chunked down. Oh my goodness, Crazy Turtle doing so much damage from so far away. Stun ball goes through and Snuggins goes in immediately. before he can be knocked away, they got the inhibitor down. This is their window. This is their time to really shine and get this inhibitor turret down. If they can do it, they can maybe rotate up and get that second inhibitor up or down as well. They've got 30 seconds to make something happen here. Can they do it? Alright, walking forward, Crazy Turtle just needs to get a little bit poked down on this Nasus. Make sure that it's safe for Caitlyn to auto-attack this turret. Come on, Caitlyn. They can't quite get it. They might not get anything here. They might walk away with nothing. Ancient Hydra down in the bottom lane gets knocked towards the tower, won't find it. Miso XD shows up, but he doesn't have the tankiness required to really fight this Yasuo at the moment. RG White Rice gets a little bit too eager and gets some damage from the laser taken out. Oh man, they're not going to get any damage on this tower. Anivia is back up and returning to the mid lane to help clear out these waves. Home guards exist. Uh-oh, Ancient Hydra flashes forward. Good knockback, and that's going to be all that Barracon needs to get that Caitlyn taken out of the fight. Red team now on a power play as they run down the lane. Uh-oh. Crazy Turtle walks in, finds Barracon, good stun comes through, wall will block off his escape path, and he's just going to get completely bombarded there. Santa Claus finds RSG White Rice up in the top lane. He needs to get a little bit more damage down there. Marco Smooth is there to help block. Looks like Miso XD doesn't want to join this fight at all. Actually gets a little bit locked up by Marco Smooth. Does he have the ulti to actually keep him in place? Good knock up there! Last Breath will take him down probably instantly here, and he's going to fall over. I know it's low elo respect and stuff, but is Yasuo not suggesting his team go top? Like, hey man, I don't know. That's up to him, man. He's got to throw down some sort of pings. I haven't seen many pings go down. Pings on Baron are being thrown out right now. That's once again something that blue team I feel like should have had in the forefront of their mind probably since 8 minutes ago. RC Black Rice just farming up this top wave here. Uh-oh. Looks like red team is ready to guard against this. Last Breath is once again up. They're already starting this Baron. I don't know about this. You want to bait the fight, but you don't want to go ahead and do it. You need to find an engage here. You need a good stun from Marco Smooth, but he doesn't have his ulti up right now. Santa Claus is getting this Baron taken very low. Archie Black Rice is knocking it over. Can he jump this wall? He will! Barracon is now in trouble. He gets popped into egg farm. He will go down. Without their Anivia, they're in a tight spot. Good knock up over the wall is going to delay the damage coming out of Miso XD and White Rice. They're scared to go into the fight there. Now Ancient Hydra is alone. This is going to be a huge wing for blue team. That knock up over the wall from Santa Claus just did massive things for his team. That Baron, I question them going to take it. Uh-oh. Will he be able to dash in and close the gap? Vigra is now in trouble. Crits are coming through. Crits just take him completely out of the game, and that's going to be the ace for blue team. Can they close the game right here? They've got the Baron up minutes, which will survive some of these the double lasers in the middle of the base a bit better. Blue team turns off to take this top lane inhibitor, but honestly, it's wasted time as it's not needed. Those super minions will not even reach the base before they end this game. Oh my goodness. Santa Claus lands the knockup. Last Breath. White Rice comes through, looking for the kill on Schnuggins. Black Rice throwing down the auto attacks on White Rice. He's so tanky from all the armor he's had to build to face Yasuo, though. He can't go down very easily. Oh my goodness. Marco Smooth goes a little bit too deep and loses his life for it. Elite Mage says MVP Santa. I have to agree with you there, dude. He did a fantastic job in lane. He roamed mid lane when he needed. He landed that clutch knock-up over the wall to take Anivia out of that Baron battle. He did a great job there in keeping his team, level-headed, I guess. Well, not really level-headed, but on par to win the game, knowing who the primary targets were supposed to be and focusing them down. So, MVP. I'd say Santa Claus. I was going to go to sleep now. I want to play. Dude, you're welcome to play. for sure. So blue team comes away with a fantastic win there. Once again, playing off that top lane dominance coming out of Santa Claus against RSG White Race. He was able to get that early pressure down against Nasus. Nasus, once again, very slow, very immobile for the first portions of the game. And if you've got a guy who can just slide around across the lane, it's very difficult to choose, hey, do I want to siphoning strike this guy or siphoning strike a minion to try to build up this thing? And so he used that indecision to try to get some early kills. He managed to get them, forced down the turrets, caused a lot of pressure in the top lane, and then once he was freed up and got that inner tower, he went ahead and spread that lead across the map. No, they didn't get Baron as quickly, as early as I liked them to see, but he still got the job done, dude. Still got the job done. MVP, Santa Claus.